What's going on, y'all? You're now watching the greatest channel that has ever existed. My name is 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺𝘰. I truly appreciate you for being here with me. So today we're going to talk about a new cryptocurrency that's not related to Pulsechain, that's not related to Xen. Finally, this one is called Titan X, and it is by a guy named Jake Sharp. I think I made one video about him about a year ago about the connections that you make with liquid loans that's connected to Pulsechain. He has his own type of infrastructure where you can constantly make money. Sort of like my Bonito strategy. Look over here for my Bonito strategy. And now he's coming out with a new token called Titan X that actually takes a lot of the similarities from the Xen ecosystem, takes a lot of things from the Pulsechain ecosystem, combines them together and makes a really, really interesting token that is supposed to come out at the end of this month. Technically, I think it's going to come out Halloween, the very, very last day of this month. So here is the light paper that he has. But first, let's go to his actual website. So this is him. This is Jake Sharp. It's not really his website. It's his Twitter. But yes, your website is always his Twitter. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the link to the white paper on his Twitter. But if you want the link, it's docs.titanx.win. Okay, so just type in docs.titanx.win. As soon as you type that in, this is the page that shows up. So we see here it has many features. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in detail, right? But just the overhead view, it has a 62% buy and burn functionality that's built inside of it, and a 28% Ethereum real yield proof of burn in the two. And it has a proof of burn 2.0. So these are three different things. It's a really good token. There are some problems, maybe. There's some competition that I'm going to talk about. I actually saw a comment from Zenmon where they were criticizing some of the things that he has. I'm going to try to find it right here. They talk about the problems for Titan X. I'm going to get into details about that later on. But yes, let's read some of the comments that he has from his Twitter page. So there's 4 classes of people on Titan X: miners, stakers, burners, and builders. 212 people have tried to log into the Titan X Twitter space. This is a Twitter space that he had earlier today, actually. Many different things. You can join his Telegram. You can watch the video run through right here where he gives a description himself. It's actually a really good description, but it's about 33 minutes long. So I'm making this shorter video right here so you can watch it and try to understand the process that Titan X is going through right here. Jake Sharp, if you like my video, if you want to get in contact with me, hit me up later. But as he says right here, Titan X launches fairly at a $0 market cap. There will be an initial pool of about 8 Ethereum, which is about $15,000 or so. $16,000, $17,000, something like that. 100 billion Titan X that is locked into the buy and burn smart contract, so no one owns it. Okay, so I'm guessing that means that at the beginning, the total Titan X will be worth about 8 Ethereum. 8 Ethereum is worth about $12,800. Wow, cryptocurrency is such in a bad place. It's so ridiculous. Even though it's up 2.7%, so that's not the end of the world. Someone in the community is starting a Twitter space to talk a bit about a Titan X. Blah 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 blah. All right, let's get into the actual white paper. So the sole design and purpose of Titan X is to reduce supply, add programmatic buy pressure through smart contracts, and drive demand to the ecosystem through various avenues and a game theory mechanics. Titan X, I believe, is built on Ethereum. It's a Ethereum-related chain or Ethereum-related token. Titan X has staking mechanics where users can earn massive Ethereum yield compared to other cryptos to do so. All right. So they have to lock up their coins for a certain duration. The longer they lock up, the more Ethereum they get. Yes, so this is very, very similar to Hex, very, very similar to Xen. The longer you lock up your token, the more of your rewards that you get. In fact, it's very similar to DXN, on the Ethereum at least. The longer you hold the DXN, the more Ethereum that you will get. Because of the supply lockup mechanisms inside of Titan X, that also means that the liquidity pool for Titan X will be able to be kept small so that the buy and burn has maximum effect on pushing up the price and burning supply off the market forever. Yeah, we're going to talk about the buy and burn. There's also a proof of burn 2.0 built where developers within the ecosystem can use TitanX to launch their own tokens. Yes. So if you build on top of TitanX, the same way you can build on top of Xen to make stuff like DBZen, you will receive some rewards of the proof of burn. Now, Xen doesn't necessarily do this proof of burn 2.0, but you have to put in your own mechanisms to, as a developer, to get your own rewards. But TitanX does it directly. I believe it's about 8% reward that you can reward to yourself as a developer with TitanX. Anyways, every day there's a daily update function. The amount of TitanX that can be mined is reduced and becomes more expensive to mine over time. Again, this is just like Hex. Again, this is just like DXN. Again, this is just like Xen. Okay, very similar. This is good. This is not really a bad thing that he's doing it. There's some positives that he does, and there's some negatives that he does too. And we're going to get into that. Okay, so there's virtual mining. You create your own coins like Xen. Titan is built on self-custody, censorship-resistant, and pure DeFi DNA at its core. Okay, we believe humans' freedom to transact and do their finances what they want to do with their finances. Okay, so the formula for minting is the number of days times the current Titan mineable, and the current Titan mineable is the amount of Titan per day you get. This goes down every day. Okay, the amount that it goes down every day. Times the mining power. The mining power is the power you specify during your miner creation. So yes, you can specify how much mining power that you put into it. And the more mining power that you put into it, the more it's going to cost you to create this miner in the first place. Equals the Titan end of miner, okay? The mining cost formula looks like this. The mining power, like I said, plus the current miner cost, which is this. And that miner cost reduces every single day. Miners can be created in 3 different ways. All do the same thing, just differently and easier to use. Single miners, you can do like Xen, where you can just do 1 mint. Or you can do batch mining, which is similar to the ZenFTs on Xen. And then a mining ladder, and this is one of the benefits that Xen doesn't do, that Hex doesn't do. This will create a mining ladder for you using the contract single mining function at the interval rate you specified, at the power you specify. More details in the virtual mining page, okay? So what this means is that what I do right now in my Xen ecosystem, and it's actually very annoying, is that I have a ladder for my ZenFTs, and I have 560 ZFTs on Optimism. And it took me, doing 560 ZFTs took me about freaking 3, 4, 5, 6. It took me multiple days. It took me maybe it took about 8 hours in total to get these 560. With TitanX, all of this can happen in just 1 click, 1 transaction. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot cheaper to do it in 1 transaction for your ladder than to do it in the 560 that I did in my when I did it for the ZenFTs. Okay, so the mining ETH distribution. This page only talks about ETH that people use to create TitanX miners with the TitanX protocol that uses. Okay, let's look into the distribution. 62% of ETH gets sent to the decentralized buy and burn smart contract to buy TitanX off of the market via a WETH TitanX pair under Uniswap v3 and burning all the TitanX it buys. Okay, so 62% of what you pay to do your mining, okay, goes to a buy and burn for TitanX. Crazy. They really want to reduce the price of or they really want to increase the price of TitanX. 28% of ETH goes to payout cycles used to pay out TitanX stakers based on the number of shares that they have. Yes, and these are people that stake their TitanX. Okay, you get 28% of the fees. 7% of the ETH goes to the burn pool used to pay out TitanX burners. Yes, so this is for TitanX burners based on how much they've burned in the last 28 days. Yes, so just for burning, you get some TitanX from the actual ecosystem itself. And then finally, the last 3% goes to the genesis, of which you should have no expectations whatsoever. Anyways, this is for tax reasons. He can't say this out loud. But this 3%, of course, is going to go to Mr. Sharp, the creator of this protocol. This may or may not be used to create deep liquidity between crucial pairs within the TitanX ecosystem. So yes, it will be used to create liquidity. He can't say it is. Some of the percentage of the 3% will go towards paying his developers to pay himself. We all have to live. We all have to survive. So the daily update. The daily update, ETH cost for miners goes up 0.08% every single day. TitanX mineable per day goes down 0.3% 0.35% every single day. The amount that you can mint goes down 3.35% every single day. Okay. So as time goes on, the ETH cost increases. Okay. At the beginning, I think this is 2,000 days. At the beginning, the power miner starts at 0.2 ETH, which is $800. Yeah, $800, and it goes up to, sorry, it's $80. This should be $80, and it goes up to 1 ETH, which is about $1,600 right now. The total supply mineable per day of mining starts off at 8 million Titan X, and then it goes all the way down to 800. Okay. And the T rank bonuses for joining early is about 2,000, and it goes down to 0.22, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The cost to mine one Titan X moves up by 55,000x from the very beginning, when this protocol first comes out, to the end of this protocol. Ridiculous. That's crazy. So since the share moves up 0.03, and you can read this, you can get into more detail about it. I'm not gonna go into detail. This is a lot. Since the share rate moves up 0.03 every day as well, and from 800 to 2,800, and a 3x increase, this plus the thing above means the cost to produce one share in the staking goes up 55,000x times 3.5x, which equals 192 500x. Okay. So lots of charts. Read them to go into detail. Staking. How does staking work? ETH payouts to Titan stakers. Yes. So this is, again, very similar to DXN. When you stake your Titan X, you get shares based on your current share rate. Okay. And the daily rate, the daily update goes down every single day. The minimum stake length is 28 days. The maximum stake length is 3,500 days. And all shares bonus cap at 288. Okay. All share bonuses, cut that out. And all share bonuses cap at 2,888 days. Okay. So the rolling payout cycles happen every 8 days. Okay. So it's not every day like DXN. It's every couple of days, every interval. So it happens every 8 days, and every 28 days, and every 90 days, and every 369 days, and every 888 days. Now, some of these are multiples of each other, such as this. These are multiples of each other. So the ETH distribution is like this. 28% gets paid to the 8%, another 28% to the 28 days, and then 8% gets added to the 88 rolling days. Okay. And they never stop. These cycles will pay out forever as long as people participate in the protocol, and 28% of the Ethereum flows to the payout cycles for Titan X stakers. Yes. So as long as people keep building miners, people will still continuously get paid in these 8, 28, 90-day, blah, blah, blah intervals. Okay. So you get the shares. The longer you do these staking, the more you get paid. Okay. And the bigger pays more. The more that you stake, the more you get paid. And there's many penalties. And yes, so and like I said before, some days have both of these happening at the same time. So 8 and 88, you'll get 28%, and you'll get the 8% on the multiples of these days. Okay, so it's more on those specific days. Okay, there's penalties. You pick a date for your stake to end, and when you start your stake, try to end your stake on that date. There is a 7-day grace period. Okay. So a 7-day grace period. With staking on Xen, there is no negativity. There's no negative penalties if you end your stake late. But there's tons of penalties if you do your mint late on Xen. And in fact, you lose 99% of your Xen if you are just 7 days late for your Xen mints. Okay. So just be wary of that. If your stake ended at 50% maturity, you lose 50% of Titan X. You get 50% of the Titan X that you stake back. So on and so that's just a penalty that goes on. Let's get to the burning. 7% of all Ethereum that participates in mining Titan X goes towards something called the burn pool. This exists to randomly reward users for staying active in the ecosystem and participating in other projects that are built on top of Titan X. Okay, so any burn that happens, 7% is given to people that do the burning. Okay, users that burn Titan X get a percentage of this pool. For example, if you burn a pool, if the burn pool is $1 million worth of Ethereum, and the total Titan X burned during the 28-day period is 200 billion Titan X, and the user has burned 1 billion Titan X, they get 0.5%, okay, of that burn, which is 1 billion divided by 200 billion. So $5,000 of the total burn pool at the end of 28-day cycle. This resets every 28 days, okay? And then this is a burn bonus amplifier. When a user burns Titan X, this is saved in the smart contract, blah, 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 they hit the 8% burn bonus amplifier once they hit 80 billion Titan X that's burned in their wallet. Yes, so you receive 8% extra if you just so happen to burn 80 billion Titan X in your wallet, okay? So this is for one wallet. If you have multiple wallets, it doesn't count, okay? This is just each wallet has 80 billion Titan X. If you burn 80 billion Titan X, you will get that 8%. Yes, if you burn up to 80 billion, you get 8%. If you burn 10 billion, you get 1%, okay? But if you burn more than 80 billion, you don't get more than that 8%, okay? So I suggest that if you're going to burn more than 8 billion Titan X, that you divide your 80 billion Titan X, or your more than 80 billion Titan X, into multiple wallets. That way you can get the amplifier, that 8% amplifier, okay? And this is proof of burn 2.0. I can't even talk today, man. It's Friday. I'm tired. Users can burn their Titan X to transform into other projects. Hyper, okay, very nice. So he's doing another project. Hyper will be one of the first projects that's built on top of Titan X, the same way that DXN was one of the main projects that was built on top of Xen. Now, I'm sorry, I keep referring back to Xen and I keep referring back to Hex and Pulsechain, but that's because that's the closest thing that I can relate to, and a lot of my subscribers know what this is, okay? So they could get a percentage of their Titan X burn back, sort of like a cash back. Yeah, that was the 8% I was talking about before. Project burning, blah, 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 cash back, all that good stuff. Buy and burn details. Yes, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, where 62% of the Ethereum is used to do a buy and burn in Titan X. Unbelievable. Very nice. If you're a builder, you will receive a reward for that being a builder. This is all the benefits of builders. It is not that many builders that are watching this video. Maybe 1% of us are builders. So if you want to know details about this, just go to titanxdocs.titanx.win, read it and go through. And then this is the video run through where he talks about that himself. Okay. So I want you to go to this website, check it out. It's really cool. It's a really awesome protocol. I'm definitely going to buy some Titan X when it comes out. Allegedly, it's going to come out in Halloween. And I'm telling you this because I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get this money.